The Minnesota Department of Transportation, in partnership with the Federal Highway Administration, the Metropolitan Council, Hennepin County, and the cities of Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, and Minneapolis, are providing a series of introductory presentations about the environmental impact statement process for the Highway 252 I-94 corridor. Transit is an important transportation option for the communities along the Highway 252 I-94 corridor, as well as for citizens throughout the Twin Cities. As part of the Highway 252 I-94 EIS, it is important to study various options available for high transit use areas and people without cars to provide equitable access to destinations and jobs. This presentation outlines the transit analysis done to date and gives you a preview of transit improvements being evaluated that could be included with the Highway 252 I-94 project alternatives. The three main types of bus service in the Twin Cities are bus rapid transit, often referred to as BRT, local bus, and express bus. Bus rapid transit requires the largest level of investment. It comes in two forms, highway BRT and arterial BRT. Both feature upgraded stations, vehicles, and branding, and frequent all-day service 7 days a week. BRT is designed to speed up rides and keep buses on schedule, with dedicated bus lanes, priority for buses at traffic lights, the ability to pay for your ride before you get on the bus, and the ability to enter the bus using all its doors. BRT lines are part of the metro network, just like light rail transit. Highway BRT operates on a developed freeway or expressway corridor with dedicated stations with loading and unloading areas located right on or next to the highway. BRT stations also are larger than local bus stops and may include dedicated pedestrian walkways, stairs, or elevators to connect riders to local streets. Examples of highway BRT include the Metro Red Line and the Metro Orange Line, which is currently under construction. Arterial BRT operates primarily on local streets, with upgraded service and features in the region's highest ridership bus corridors. Examples of arterial BRT routes in the Northwest Metro include the Metro C Line, which opened in 2019, and the Metro D Line, with construction starting in 2021. Local bus routes carry the largest number of transit riders in the Twin Cities metro region. They provide local access to destinations and connect corridors of activity, serving as the backbone of the transit network. Local routes serve more than 12,000 bus stops with frequent stops throughout the region. Some of these bus stops have shelters, heat, and lighting. Local routes typically serve trips every 20, 30, or 60 minutes. Some high ridership routes operate every 15 minutes or better. Local routes do not typically have dedicated bus lanes or other transit advantages. Examples of local bus routes include urban local routes 5, 14, 22, and 32, as well as suburban local routes 721 through 724 and 805. Express routes provide fast, direct service for longer trips from suburban Twin Cities metro locations to major employment centers, including downtown Minneapolis and St. Paul. Most express routes operate during rush hours and serve traditional commutes, moving riders from suburban park-and-rides to the urban core in the morning and returning them in the afternoon. Some routes provide reverse commute service, transporting riders from the urban core to suburban employment destinations. Express routes often operate with transit advantages to provide faster trips, like buses allowed to drive on the shoulder, dedicated bus lanes or ramps to and from the highway, or min-pass lanes. Examples of express routes include routes 760, 763, 766, 768, 850, 852, as well as Maple Grove Transit Route 781. Transit advantages allow some bus routes to bypass traffic and offer faster trips for riders. Transit vehicles that operate on local streets can be given signal priority at traffic lights, giving buses longer green lights or shorter red lights when needed. Some routes may feature dedicated bus lanes, which are portions of the roadway reserved for exclusive use by transit vehicles. These are typically used in densely populated areas where buses would otherwise be delayed by car traffic. Highway BRT or express service may use bus-only shoulders where available. Similarly, where min-pass express lanes are present, buses can use these lanes to bypass congestion when traffic is slow. Some of the considerations related to transit needs include the following: equity, including service for people who rely on transit, people with lower incomes, communities of color, and minority populations. The need for reverse commute service for city residents to access suburban jobs. The need for reliable bus service that is not delayed by traffic congestion, and the opportunity to deliver faster travel times by operating on freeways or with transit advantages. The Transit Feasibility Study is reviewing 4 primary transit concepts. Concept A is highway BRT service along I-94 and I-694 to the Maple Grove Transit Station. Concept B is highway BRT service along I-94 and Highway 252 to the Northtown Transit Center in Blaine. Concept C includes up to 3 new stations along I-94 in North Minneapolis, as well as connecting local and express bus service improvements. Concept D includes local and express bus service improvements only, with no new stations. These options are being evaluated to determine if they are compatible with Highway 252 and I-94 project alternatives being developed through the EIS process. For each transit concept, the project team will develop ridership estimates for various trip types, capital cost estimates, transit operations and maintenance cost estimates, and a preliminary scan of potential social, environmental, and economic impacts. The results of the Highway 252 I-94 transit feasibility analysis will combine transit options and the project alternatives. A project alternative is a set of transportation improvements that work together to address a project's purpose and need. Combined transit and highway project alternatives will be developed during the scoping phase of the EIS process, and then further evaluated as part of the draft EIS phase. See the EIS 101 Project Alternatives presentation for more information about project alternatives and how the project team will evaluate them in the Highway 252 I-94 EIS. Thank you for your interest in the Highway 252 I-94 EIS. We hope you will check out some of the other EIS 101 virtual education materials available on the Highway 252 I-94 project website. They include short presentations like this one to provide background on the project. You can share comments, find out what's happening next, and stay connected through the project website. Sign up for project updates by sharing your email address with us. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.